Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another Sunday daily update video. Today, we're going to take a look again at Marathon Patent Group because there's a lot of news that has broken recently on Friday, yesterday, on crypto in general. I'm not talking just Mara, but I'm talking Bitcoin, Dogecoin. So we're going to touch on all of that like we always do. Looking at the heat map here, not a pretty day in the market on Friday. Lot of deep red on the board across the market. However, the real big story, unless you're living under a rock, is this GameStop saga, this short squeeze, this Game of Squeeze saga. We're not going to touch on that. There's tons of videos out there on the YouTubes right now. So let's just talk about Marathon Patent Group because I think right now, crypto is very bullish and it's kind of flying under the radar because this GameStop story is taking all of the attention away from crypto right now. So let's take a look at how Mara has traded on Friday. So Mara quietly had a pretty good day, closed the day up 4.2% as we can see, even after hours up another 2.5%. Yes, at opening bell, we were up over 20% and sold off. But again, this might just be because it was being dragged down by the overall market being red. On the week, you are still green, up 9% on Mara on the week. On the month, you're still up almost 66%. And past 3 months, you're up over 836%. So looking real good there. Let's just take a look at the options chain real quick to see if the premiums are still juicy on Mara. So if you want to sell a weekly put that expires this Friday, February 5th, you would collect $317 at the money, and you would have to put up $2,100 in capital. So that would give you a return on risk of 15.1%. I'd say that's pretty juicy. I mean, we are living in some wild times right now. The volatility, the VIX index is super high. Crypto is going bananas. Like I said, we have GameStop, Nokia, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC saga going on. So what a crazy time to be in the stock market. But I'm loving every minute of it. It's very exciting. It's almost like sports where there's something new that happens every day, some new news article, some new news story. So always something to keep you entertained. And honestly, I know some people are just sitting back and just enjoying the show, which is perfectly fine. I have a few shares of GameStop. I know a few people in my Discord server have some shares of Nokia, GameStop, AMC. So, want to have a little bit of skin in the game. But whatever you choose, it's perfectly fine. Let me know in the comments below if you're in on the action or not. Let's show you how Bitcoin has been doing. So today, this is the live graph. As I'm making this video, Bitcoin is at about $33,500. On the day, we're down minus 1.3% about, but that's okay because look at the weekly graph. We're slowly melting up. We are up 4%, a little over 4% on the week. And I'm going to show you the technical analysis on TradingView on Bitcoin in just a second. But also, kind of the unsung or the sleeper coin right now is Dogecoin. So take a look at this. Dogecoin is almost at 3% right now. However, if I look at the daily graph, take a look at this. It was up at over 3% earlier this morning. If I look at the weekly graph, take a look at this. Dogecoin has been hovering at basically less than a penny. Recently, it's been about a penny, maybe 2 pennies. But recently, I'm talking 2 days ago, quite literally right at midnight, Dogecoin almost hit or just hit 8 cents. So if you were holding Dogecoin for maybe even a week, you would have just 8 times your money, 8x your money. Craziness. Dogecoin, if you're not aware, pretty much started out as a joke, but now even Elon is getting in on the joke. So obviously that's going to set the coin soaring. But like I said, right now we've stabilized at around 3 cents. So even if you got in around 1 or 2 cents, you're still looking pretty good. 3x your money right now. But again, not financial advice. I know there's a lot of viewers that say, hey, I want to get into the crypto craze, but I can't afford Mara stock or Riot stock. I can't afford Bitcoin or even a portion of a Bitcoin. Honestly, you could throw some money at Dogecoin. Again, not financial advice. My point is that Dogecoin is probably one of the cheapest crypto coins out there right now. Again, do your own due diligence, invest at your own risk. I'm just pointing out that Dogecoin is actually incredibly cheap compared to some of the other coins that are out there right now. Let's take a look at the articles that I want to show you. So I have 3 articles, 2 of which are bullish and 1 is bearish. Let's get the bullish ones first. So this one is out of the Motley Fool, and this one is titled Elon Musk and Ray Dalio Send Bitcoin Stocks Soaring. So what happened? So this is what happened. Elon Musk on his Twitter profile, he updated it to include the Bitcoin hashtag early Friday morning. So obviously when Elon does something like this, it's going to set the price of Bitcoin soaring, and that's exactly what happened. So it says as of 11:15 a.m. on Friday, this is Eastern time, Bitcoin was around $37,400 per token, up about 17.7% in the past 24 hours. And not only did Bitcoin soar, but all the associated Bitcoin stocks went up too. Mara went up 11%, Riot went up 11%, Bit Digital 9%, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust up 10%, and MicroStrategy up 18%. So it's almost like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. Well, Elon was the rising tide, and he lifted Bitcoin and all of the associated Bitcoin stocks with it. And take a look at this. Even a cryptocurrency called Dogecoin was in the news, up roughly 225% over the past 24 hours, and is now in the top 10 largest cryptocurrencies by market cap. They even said right here, while I'd normally ignore Dogecoin considering it was created as a joke, I believe it's relevant to what's going on today, as we'll see in a moment. So, I mean, honestly, there's nothing that says that you have to invest in Dogecoin and hold it for the long term. You can always get in, take your profits, and get out. Again, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research. Let's take a look at the other article. This one I think is very bullish. So this one is out of CoinDesk. And again, I found this on Yahoo Finance. And it's titled, Visa may add cryptocurrencies to its payments network, says CEO. This, I think, is very good news because Visa is one of the largest payment networks in the world. So if they're on the crypto trend, then wow, I mean, the sky's got to be the limit. It says right here, Visa CEO Al Kelly said the payments giant is in a position to make cryptocurrencies more safe, useful, and applicable, and may add them to the company's payment network. Wow. So he's saying Bitcoin is digital gold, which are not used as a form of payment in a significant way at this point. Our strategy here is to work with wallets and exchanges to enable users to purchase these currencies using their Visa credentials or to cash out onto our Visa credential to make a fiat purchase at any of the 70 million merchants where Visa is globally accepted. I mean, if this happens, I think this is game changing. Like I said, 70 million merchants across the world that will now be able to essentially accept Bitcoin and transact with Bitcoin. That is game changing. So definitely have to keep a close eye on this because this, in my opinion, could send Bitcoin and the Bitcoin stocks soaring with it. Now, let me show you the one bearish article. So this one is again out of Yahoo Finance on CoinDesk. And it's titled, India's proposed crypto ban has investors nervous, may feed anti-Bitcoin narrative. So this article just came out yesterday, January 30th. And what it's saying is that right now, India's parliament, they're considering a government-backed bill that would ban private cryptocurrencies. And given that the ruling party controls both houses of parliament, the bill's chances of becoming law are pretty good. So that is unfortunate. And the real question is, well, what do they define as private? So people are saying that the government's definition of private could imply that any digital currency that is not sovereign could be seen as a private currency, including Bitcoin. So essentially, I'm taking this to mean that if it's not an Indian cryptocurrency, they're going to call it private and essentially ban it, basically. And like I said, it's going to affect Bitcoin. Now, it's important because India is one of the most populated countries in the world. So I don't know personally how much crypto has taken off in India, but if we're going to exclude such a large population of the world, I don't know. Now, I don't think this is obviously good news for Bitcoin, but just is a question of how much is it going to affect the Bitcoin price and kind of the takeoff of Bitcoin. Let me know in the comments below what you think. So I've shown you two positive articles, one negative article. So kind of up in the air. Personally, I think the two positive articles outweigh the one negative article. And it even sees right here, even Ray Dalio, who was once a little bit skeptical of Bitcoin, looks like he's kind of also coming on board. So let me show you the technical analysis on Mara, and then I'll show you the Bitcoin chart as well. So here's the TA that we left you off on the last video with. You can see I still think we're in this upward trending channel. We are still having a good day. Like I said, up 4.2% to end the day. I think, and I've said this in prior videos, as long as we continue on the up and up, I'm still bullish in the short to midterm on Marathon Patent Group. I drew these dashes here because my point was I would start to get a little bit nervous if we break out and stay out of this channel to the downside. Right now, it actually looks like we're trying to break out to the upside, kind of like we were here back in early January. So that's obviously going to be very bullish news. But like I said, I still think in the short to midterm, we are still on the up and up. The RSI is a little bit towards the overbought side, but again, not that much. I'm not too worried about it. I think we're going to be roaring come Monday. Also, because now, if you haven't heard, a lot of these brokers are not allowing people to trade some of these quote unquote meme stocks or these short stocks like AMC, Nokia, GameStop, or they're allowing them to trade only a couple of shares at a time. So I think people then are going to shift their money possibly into crypto. But then I also heard at the end of the week, last week, that Robinhood was kind of limiting crypto trades as well. So I don't know. I mean, things like that, when the broker limits what you can trade and what you can buy and what you can sell, obviously, no amount of technical analysis, no amount of fundamental analysis, financial analysis, any of that is going to be able to predict that. So just keep an eye out on the news. It seems like there's new changes coming to the stock market every day because these brokers are imposing new limitations and new restrictions. So just keep an eye on that before you make any trades. Again, just got to be cognizant of what's going out there right now because a lot of news and a lot of changes are coming out minute by minute, it seems like. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So this was my TA on Bitcoin that I left you with. It looked like we were kind of in a wedge. And I told you before that just because we're in a wedge, it doesn't mean that we're going to always break out to the upside. We can also break out to the downside. And I think that's what happened here. We looks like we sold off here on January 21st. But the one thing I do want to add to this TA now is it looks like there's a pretty good area of support right around basically $30,000. There's a few candles like all last week, week and a half ago, we kind of bottomed out right there. Now, the other thing is, sounds like we're hitting resistance right here at about $32,000. We finally broke out of it today, and it looks like we're using it as support. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. If I zoom in here, I want to see if 32K holds up, because if that holds up, then I think then it will be on the up and up. If 32,000 breaks, again, I still think our next area of support is going to be 30,000, because that's also where the pink line is, the 50-day moving average. So it's going to be interesting to see. If you can get in at 30K, if you're interested in Bitcoin, it might be a nice bounce play like this, or we may never get down that low and just bounce straight off 32. But right now, I think we're on a bullish momentum train based on the news articles that I'm seeing recently. So that's the TA on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing with Mara to close out the day on Friday. Here's the Trade UI platform that I use for my option flow data. You can see we're looking at Mara for January 29th, the last trading day. A total of 35 sweeps came in, and actually the majority of these were call options. I believe 32 right here were call options and only 3 were put options. So I've sorted them by dollar value, and take a look at this. The first or the highest valued position is for $825,000, which was a 15 strike call that was basically a monthly, expires on February 19th. So this is an in-the-money call, so not as bullish as it could be if the strike price was higher than the current share price, but still bullish nonetheless. The second highest was, again, $624,000. Another call, again, in the money, so bullish, but not as bullish as it could be. But some of these, I mean, if I scroll down, here's a 40 strike call for March. That was for $125,000. So that's very bullish. Someone is thinking that Mara is going to get to 40 in about the next 2 months. Here's another 40 strike call for March 19th. I wonder if this is the same person or same group. Another 100,000 there. Yet another 40 strike call for March 19th for another 90,000. I wonder, here's another one, March 19th, 40 strike call for another 89,000. I mean, what is that? Like 400,000 so far for March 19th, 40 calls? Maybe somebody knows something, but those are pretty aggressive and very bullish. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. Much green, meaning all our call options except for these few or 3 red put options that were bought. So again, it looks like we're on the up and up. I haven't been in Mara in about a week or 2 now. I've made some gains in the past by selling some puts on Mara, so I might need to get back in on the Mara train this coming week. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you have any positions or shares on Marathon Patent Group or Riot or Bit Digital or any of the cryptocurrency coins or stocks? Make sure you join the Discord server if you're not in there already. We've added a lot of new members have joined recently, so the server's really popping off. Got a lot of new faces, new strategies, new tickers, and a lot of good discussion that goes on there. So I'm really pleased with how the server is coming along. Make sure you add me on Reddit, Twitter, StockTwits, and Instagram. But most importantly, let's have another green trading week. Full disclosure, I stole this outro from one of our Discord members. Shout out to Bossum. Make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. But I think my new outro is going to be, I'll see you on the moon.